The important part is we can get ships through here now. So, now that we have that done, let's have time progress here. And we're going to build a freight yard because all our factories are over here. And I believe construction material, if I'm correct, is used by the industrial centers. Yes, okay, good. So, we're going to want ship. And we want freight. Yep, that's good. So we're just going to need to rotate it around. And connect it right like that. So that looks like it will be okay. Ooh, we got a new vehicle, an electric trolley. So that looks like it will be good. We just need to connect it with a road. Easy enough. There we go. Okay. I want to take a look at that trolley, but first, let's finish up this line. Alright, so we're going to have the other dock over here by the construction material, wherever we can build it legally. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is just where we can build roads, because there has been a lot of... Okay, it looks like we'll be fine over here to build roads however we wish, so... Looks like this is a fine location. So, that's, I think, as good as it's going to get. And build the road to connect right there. And then we're going to need a truck station because, unfortunately, it's going to be too far away. So, let's grab truck station. All right. Would it be better on this side? No. Looks like we're going to deal with terrain no matter what we do. So, I'll just sit this right in there. You know, I didn't pay attention if it was covering the area. Whoops. Yeah, it should. As a matter of fact, I think we can tell if we just click there. There we go. All right, so that will be our truck station. And now we need to bring things from here to there. So what we're going to do, we're going to come in here and we're going to buy a bunch of road vehicles. We'll start with 5. Set line. We're going to need a new line. And we'll start here to here. So that's one part of the journey. The other part of the journey, we're going to need a boat to take it. So let's come over to our depot. And we're going to buy a ship. And we're going to need something that can haul construction materials. So this is a passenger ship. This is a passenger ship. This is for crude oil and fuel and what have you. So this is going to be our boat. It is 187K, so not too expensive. It's kind of a little slow, but it will do the job. It can haul 50, so that's not bad. We'll buy one of those. And we'll set it on a new line. And that line is going to go from our freight yard here, or freight harbor, I should say. And then it's going to go over there. Okay, let's see the ship on its way. It should have no problem getting through our newly constructed bridge. So it's going to come over, it's going to stop here, and hopefully we'll have things collected at the yard here. By the time the boat makes it over here. Yeah, construction materials are already piling up, so we've got our vehicles coming in, picking them up. Alright, so this will, I think, work well. And yeah, I think that's what the factory was complaining about. It didn't have an outlet for what it was producing. So we've got this line working. We've got the stone coming to the construction materials. The construction materials are coming here, and they're going to be dropped off here. Then the boat's going to come, and it's going to land here. So eventually, it'd be nice if we could also set up a freight harbor here, and then we could send the construction materials to here, and then eventually we'll rebuild this bridge so that we can get ships through here, and then we can stop at Henderson, also with the passenger ship, and then Downey here. So all along this river, we can do good things. All right. So really, now it's just time to wait for money so we can upgrade this train, because it looks like it's being overwhelmed with passengers at this moment. 12 of 16, that's not a full trip, so... Okay, so maybe we don't need to upgrade it just yet, but hopefully eventually we will. And then what are we got waiting for us on the other end? We've got 17, so it is over the capacity of what the train can haul for right now, but I'm hoping eventually... Oh, I'm sorry, that was line 17. 32. So what do we got on the other end? If I can read now. Only 9. All right. Well, even still, that is a lot of passengers. More passengers than a train with a single car can haul. So when we get to Provo Station, I'm going to try and have the train offload as many passengers as it can. But before it takes on new passengers, we're going to have the train and the ship coming across the bridge at roughly the same time. I'm curious of what the steam's going to do once it gets here. So here comes our train coming across our new bridge that was a headache to build. There goes the ship. Oh, the smoke clipped through. That would have been more fun. Ooh, we've got a new vehicle. All right, so we've got a steam lorry, and there was also an electric trolley car I didn't get a chance to look at. So let's see what these are all about. So first, we've got the tram station here, and we have electric trolley. So the current horse trolley car that we have goes 20 kilometers an hour. It can haul 6 passengers, and it lasts for 40 years. But the electric car is 25 kilometers an hour, and it can haul 7 passengers, so that's pretty good. And it can last 30 years. Not sure if we need more things on this line. I believe this line, let's just grab one of these trams, is the line 2. How profitable is line 2 right now? It's okay. See, the big problem is we have a lot of passengers to pick up here, but like nowhere else, really. But you know what? We'll get a new electric tram. Why not? So we'll buy one, and we'll send it on line 2. This is the only city that uses trams right now. Oh. I may have to upgrade things. Okay. How do we connect electricity? That's one thing I haven't done yet. I mean, it's saying that we can upgrade this. I'm assuming that this is... I mean, we already have tram tracks here. I'm a little confused at what I'm doing here. Oh, yeah, so that's electric. There we go. That's what we're looking for. I have to see where the line goes. So let me grab a vehicle or the line itself. So line 2. Okay, that's line 2. So we're going to want to electrify anything that goes along that path. Okay. Pretty straightforward to set up tram tracks, and it seems just as straightforward to electrify them. Okay. And then we need to come this way. And then down this way. Then finally back around for the end trip. Okay. Everything's nice and electrified. So let's see if the tram car is fine now. Hold on a second. I may have missed a bit. There we go. Not gonna let me do this bit. It's weird. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just sell this for a second. Let's see if we can try this again. There we go. I think the problem was the tram was there and it wasn't letting me upgrade. Alright, so let's buy the electric trolley now. And we'll send it on line 2. And let's see it go. There we go. Our first electric trolley. Alright, that's great. And the other thing we just got recently was the steam vehicle. Oop, we can sell that. And what does this do? Okay, so it is decently fast for the time period. So the only other vehicle we have available to haul, or the next best, is here, and it's only 20 kilometers an hour. And this can also haul more, so okay. I'm not really sure where we would need that. Probably line 1 would be a good place to start with that, because this is where we're hauling most of the food around on this freight line. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. We'll grab a steam lorry, because I just want to see... I want to see one in action. So, line 1, away we go. Huh. Like a little road-going train. All right. Oh. I'm missing my opportunity here. We're pulled into the station. I don't know if we're offloading or not. We'll find out in a second. Nah, we're onloading. I was going to try and grab this and put it into the depot. It's not the end of the world. We'll just wait for it to go around again. Got a little distracted there. Alright. So, how is the shipping line, passenger line doing? Well, it's not losing me as much money. No, actually, no, it's this one. So it's actually losing more money. Alright, well. And the ship hasn't arrived at its destination yet, so it hasn't decided on what its cargo is going to be. There it goes. How much is waiting for it when it gets there? Well, pretty good. 28. It can haul 50, so hopefully we can increase that. Yeah. This will hopefully be a nice profitable line in the future, and hopefully we can get a little bit faster ships to take advantage of it. So this whole line is about hauling stone to the construction material factory, and then from there to the freight harbor, and then our ship comes and picks it up. But unfortunately, it's really slow, because this is as fast as speed of the game is, and yeah, it's going to take a while. Alright, well, I don't know how profitable this line will be, but again, hopefully we can get that to max capacity before it leaves. Alright. Our train's coming in, so I'm ready for it this time. Oh, I'm seeing a bind here on the tracks. I'm not a fan of that. I'm going to try and fix that in the future. All right, we can speed it up a little bit. How many passengers are you offloading? All right, so you're full capacity. That's why we want to upgrade the train. All right, so I want to select you. As soon as you have most of the passengers off, we'll put you in the depot. All right, that will work. Depot you. You're waiting for a free path. Ah. That's going to be a problem. All right, well, we'll fix this problem right now because what's happening is that this train is trying to come into Provo, and this train's trying to leave Provo and get to the depot. Now, normally that wouldn't really be a problem. But it seems like... Let's just play it for a little bit. Is this train going to stop? No, it's not stopping. So that's a problem. One way to fix this is to create a double track that would allow me into the depot, or give this train another path so that the other train can get to the depot. Either one would be fine. I really don't know what's going to happen here, because I don't get how this train, would it go on this path maybe? We'll just watch. I just want to see what happens. Ah, there we go. It stopped there. Or it's going to stop here maybe. Alright, that's no big deal, I don't think. But it would be nice to make this better in the future. Okay, so it's going to go along this path, which is what I thought it would do. And then we're going to come into the depot. Alright. While we're doing that, I want to think about what kind of passenger capacity we'd actually need here. Because right now, it looks like we're waiting on 26 passengers. Upgrading just one more car would more than take care of that. And then we've got 31 passengers here. I think that is line 13. We can confirm that. Line 13 goes from... No, 17, I apologize. Goes from Provo to Evansville. Yeah, that's the right line. So it looks like another car would probably do it. Alright, we got another road vehicle aging. Alright. Let's just take care of that now. It's only got one passenger. It's on line 13. Where's line 13? I lose track of some of these things. Okay, it is over in Denton. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and send it to the depot. And then over wherever the... There we go. Now, the steam lorry is only good for goods, not passengers. So we'll just build another stagecoach for now. And we'll send that on... I already forgot which line this is. Now I want the vehicle. There we go. Line 13. Okay. There we go. All right. And we were over here in the depot to buy a train car. So it's going to be this train car, and this train car can hold 16 passengers, which I think is fine. And that will give us 2 cars for this train, which at this point should be fine. And go to line 17. All right, away you go. Now, the one thing I'd like to do is I'd like to upgrade this track, because this area here is very heavily trafficked. We've got freight trains, we've got passenger trains, and for most of the way down this way, I have a 2-track setup. And I have lots of changeovers so that we don't have any real traffic problems here. But that all comes to a stop at this point. And I'm noticing now an issue with trains that are coming down this track and trying to get into Provo are running into the train that's coming from Provo into Hampton here. So I would like to get a double track here just to make sure that we don't have any issues. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And in the meantime, we've got plenty of cash, so shouldn't be a problem. We're just going to come off here. We're going to start building along. It might be a little bit tricky, though, at first. So I'm just going to start it here, I think. That should do it. Now, I'm going to need more signals and things, possibly, but we'll just continue here along with the other track. And we're going to do changeovers and things as we go. Just cross along with the other track. And I think I'm going to bring this 2-line track through this way. Okay. So again, I probably should have a signal, an appropriate signal over here, so we don't have any accidents. So right now we have a switchover, so any train that's on this track can get over to here, or any train on this track could go either here or there. But I don't think we have the appropriate signals set up right now, so we're going to do a signal here to stop any train going this way, and we probably need a signal here to make sure we don't have a collision. Okay, I think that will do it. Again, we're going to need switchovers and things. But for now, we're just going to lay the track. Ooh, new vehicle. We have a stake car. All right, I'll have to take a look at what that is in a second. Matter of fact, can I look right now? No. All right, that's fine. I don't know if that's for a train. I would imagine that's for a train. Ooh. Let's take this as far as it will let me, which is right there. Okay. We're gonna come on through. And this is probably a good point to stop the 2-track. We can always, change it later. That's a good place to put a switchover. We just gotta make sure that it is coming in correctly. It appears to be doing okay here. Okay, that will do for me. Go ahead and check that on. All right, so at this point, station here, we can either go down this track or this track. So we're going to have to think about switchovers. So I'm going to do, we're going to want a couple at the very least. We already have a switchover that goes that way. So we're going to want a switchover that goes the other way too. So we go from that track out. We're going to want to go from the outer track in. So I'll do that right about here. Again, I make sure it merged up correctly. Looks good to me. Do that. I'm going to need signals for all this stuff too. Because it's very likely I'll have a freight train coming in I might use the same track, I might not. So it's good to have another track here, but I'm not going to get too carried away with things. Alright, so I'm going to put a signal, stop the train there. I'm going to have another signal stopping the train here or here, depending on what we need to have happen. Alright. And then we have our other bit here that we're going to need signals for. And a signal there. Alright. That'll do. And then we have this track. So I'm probably going to do a switch over here if we wanted to switch over to this side. So let's do that. Right. This doesn't look like it's a good spot for it, so I'm gonna... I could do it right here, but I'm a little bit concerned about having too many things going on over there. So instead, we'll just do a switch here. All right. So we've got this switch goes in. We got another switch that goes out. This really helps with traffic to do these kind of things, because you obviously can't have two trains running on the same track in opposite directions. Otherwise, you have bad collisions. So you want to give them lots of opportunities to switch over whenever they want and redirect whenever they want. Alright, so again, we have this going in, allowing us to go over that way, and then we have this track allowing it to switch back over, and then we can go in, or we can switch here. It might be a good idea to have a switch. No, actually, I don't know if that matters. Yeah, alright. It could be a problem, but I think that's probably good on the switches for this part, unless we want another switch in here somewhere to bring the traffic back over. But right now, this isn't a high traffic zone, so I think I can wait on it. Really what we need to fix is over here, because this is a high traffic zone. So at the moment, we've got this car comes in here. I wanted to have the ability to switch over if it wants to, so we'll do that now. Right here. I'm gonna have to take a look at that, make sure it's a good connection. It looks okay. Maybe a little weird. I don't like the way that looks. Even if it's legal, I'm not gonna take it just because it looks like crap. Try it a little further along. Yeah, that's looking a little bit better. Alright, so this car here can switch out to the outer track if it wanted to. That looks good to me, so we're going to need signals again. So we'll put a signal here, and a signal here, another signal on this side, and a signal there. Alright, looking good. So if we're on this track and we want to go out, we can. And if you're going down this way, you have no way of getting to this track at the moment, so there's no point in doing a switch in regard to that. So again, we go this way to that side, so we're going to want another switch at some point that goes to the other side if we want to. And I think here's a good spot for it. Okay, looking good. Let's approve, and then we'll put the signals in. So, one there, one there, one there, and another one there. Okay, looking good. I think we have our signals in. We've got the switches we need. And there should be a switch here that allows us to come over on this track if we want. So that will pair nicely with this switch here. And then we've got the other switch on this end come over this way. It does kind of make this turn slow, I think, maybe, but I think it will be okay. All right, let's speed time back up. And what is the next project? So we just made our track a little bit better. I think the next project is getting the freight into Hampton here, because we've got a food line going from Provo and Denton, but we don't have Hampton hooked up to that. Now, ideally, you're going to want the food coming into the commercial district, if I remember correctly. Get rid of that. So, Hampton. Yeah, food to commercial. So, commercial is in here. So, what I could do, we also do have commercial over here, though. What I could do is I could put the freight station right off this line, and we just have the line come off this way, and we'd put maybe a like an end stop here for the freight. And that would work fine. And then maybe we would just take trucks and transport it to the rest of the consumer area, which wouldn't be necessarily bad. I think that would work pretty well. All right, let's try that. So, ideally, we're going to want... Oop, wrong. There we go. Freight. Okay, let's switch this around. All right, now I can put it on either side here. We can put it over here, or you can put it in here. I think over here is probably the better call, because we can get the truck stop to be a little bit more elegantly placed. I'm going to place it right there. I think that will be good to line up the track. And put that in. Right, like... Ideally, you want it to have as fast of a speed as you possibly can. I just want to make sure it's all connected correctly. Right now, we can't see that because there's a train going over the tracks. Okay, it looks good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and allow that. All right. Looks good. All right, so signals. Before I get too carried away here, I'm going to want a signal here so we don't have a collision. We're going to want a signal here so we don't have a collision, and a signal here. Now, with the switches we have right now, the train that's coming out here could cross over if it wanted to immediately, or a train coming this way could cross over and get to the station. So we're already good with the switches we have. The only thing we might want to think about doing is adding in a switch here in case we needed it, just because there might be an off possibility that a train here is coming this way, and then the train already made its choice over here to go down this track, and then we have a problem. So we'll make a switch here just as a precaution. And we can even use the same signal we've already got here. Ooh, too much slope. That's not good. Or maybe we'll do it a little further back. I would have preferred having it be closer. Okay, that looks okay. I just want to make sure we're fine connection-wise, because you always have to be sure of these things. Okay, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and use some more signals here. To stop traffic from lighting. Okay, looking good. All right, I am pretty pleased with that. So let's get our freight train going. I could either have it come out of this depot or the other one. I figure we go to this depot. Because the one stop we're going to need to go to is one of the food stops. We've got either over here or over here. I think this is probably the better station to stop at, although it is a trickier station to get to, honestly. Got a ton of food sitting here, though. And there is a little bit of an issue, I think, with this. This might be an okay station to go to. We'll try that initially. That will be the idea. So we'll go here, then over to the freight stop here. So let's buy our train. And I'm going to want it to be the faster train, I think. Just because this is a longer line and I want the train to get through it quick. So 75 kilometers an hour I think will work just fine for us. Now, we did get these stake cars. What are these good for? Log, steel, planks, construction materials. So not going to help us. Oh, we have this one too. Alright, so I think this was what we got. But again, log, steel, planks, that's not what we need. What we need is a boxcar, because that's food. And I think that's really all we've got here. So we'll buy train itself, and then boxcars. I don't know how many to buy at this point. I mean, we don't have the line running, so we don't know how much food's going to be waiting for us. But I'll buy 2, because that's what we can afford. And we'll set a line. We're going to need a new line here. And again, I think I've decided to go with this station because it's just a little bit easier to get to. We've got the better track here. It's not going to be as much of an issue with the other freight lines that are going. And then we're going to have our other stop be over there. All right, we'll get that going. And then if that works okay, we'll set up our truck line from the station to get the food over to the other consumer districts. All right, well, let's go ahead and let time go here, and we'll watch this train and see how well it does. So it's going to come out of the station, and we're going to go along this path. Now, this path only has a single line, too, and that could be a problem in the future, but okay, we've got a train reaching its lifetime. Some of these trains are somewhat older, so not too surprised with that. Okay, where are you going and what do you have? You've got livestock and food, and you're on your way to Denton. Okay. Well, I'll let you finish your trip. And then we'll send you to the depot once you're done. I was picking up food. He's going to drop off the food at Denton, at least should. Yeah, there's a lot of trains running on this line, as you can see. Oh, okay, you're the line that goes to Provo. Gotcha. So you're going to come back this way. All right, so that's good. That makes it really easy for me to send you back to the depot. As we can see, the double line with the switchovers works nicely. This is kind of a sloppy corner, but I did my best for the train. Here, let's ride with the train. Oh, train 3 is reaching its lifetime too. We'll take care of train 3. That's going to be another freight train. So this guy should be... Where are you going? You're coming into Provo, right? Yeah. Slow you down a little bit. Once you offload, we'll send you to the depot. The depot's right there, so it's not going to be much of a trip for this train. Okay. Send you to the depot. Oh, actually, we gotta wait until you offload. Alright. Oh yeah, I apologize for missing that comment, but yeah, the trains will follow the paths just fine on their own. You don't really need to tell them to do anything. And depot. There we go. Yeah, see, that's the one thing about this game that's really nice, is once you actually have the switchovers on the lines, the trains pretty much sort themselves out. It's not something you really have to worry about. As a matter of fact, I think that was something when I was looking at the reviews on Steam, there was a little bit of confusion. People were saying that you really couldn't do complicated things like that. It's more a matter of setting up the lines and just being aware of that. And some of these things are a little ugly and I need to improve in the future. But all you need to do is just have the switchover and the trains figure out their own path. But the better the setup is, the more efficient everything will be. So with these switchovers, it makes things a lot easier because without them, these signals cause issues. Like, for instance, with as many trains as I have on this line, without the switchovers, what oftentimes will happen is the train at Denton will get to this point and then it will sit there if there was only one line. And a train coming this way that wants to go to this station that's all the way over here would stop the train at Denton. So without this, that would be a little bit of a headache. We'd have a very long wait until this train cleared the path so that this train could then go where it wanted to go, wherever that would be. So very necessary, but yeah, the trains kind of sort themselves out. All right, so we're coming in the depot. Or are we already in the depot? Yeah, we are. All right, so all we need to do is just replace the train itself. And another thing I love about this is you can sell individual parts and then keep the cars. So all we need to do is buy a new train. And we'll upgrade that as well to a newer train, so it's a little bit faster. And then the train just gets slapped onto the existing cars and you just send it right out. So I do not actually recall what line this was on, but it's easy enough to figure out. And I'm pretty sure it was line 5 because we no longer have a vehicle assigned. So we'll just send that to line 5, and it looks like that was the line it was going on. There we go. All right, well. There was another train that was getting up there in age. Let's find it. Okay, so we just took care of train 2. But you know what? I wonder if it's actually the age of the cars. That I don't know. Let's actually take a look at train 2 and see if it will give us the details there. Yeah, it's just saying age 40 years. So I'm going to assume that's one of the cars that's 40 years because everything has a lifespan. So it might not be the train itself, but I do want to take a look at train 3 here, which is on line 9. Line 9 is what? Okay, I think this is another one of our food trains, but I don't remember. We can check the line here. Line 9. That goes from here to there. So probably now is a better time to send this guy into depot. Because he doesn't have anything. Okay. Line 5. I made a little bit of mistake. Train. Where are you? Gotta grab you. Send you back to depot as well. And hopefully we'll be quick here so we don't mess up the other train. Okay. I don't know which car is the old one, though. I don't know if there's a way to see that. I guess the easy way to do this is buy all new cars. So it doesn't really save us money, but one way to take care of it. Yeah, see, the lifespan of the box cars is also 40 years, which is why that pop-up came up. All right, let's go ahead